First, you will need to have your design drawn out on a piece of tracing paper in order to transfer it and reverse it to your vinyl. Because the vinyl is curly, you'll see that I'm taping it down to the table so that it won't roll up on me. And then you can also tape your tracing paper in place so that it won't move around as you're tracing things and copying things. Obviously, with tracing paper, you need to go over the back of your design with moderate pressure so that we'll transfer the lead from the bottom of the tracing paper onto the vinyl underneath. Now I need to start cutting the vinyl. So of course I need a cutting mat to go underneath, even though my blade should never go through the white paper backing on the yellow vinyl. You also need your X-Acto knife, which of course you should know how to use carefully and not cut towards yourself. You want to slowly and carefully trace each of your lines in order to remove any of the pieces that you want to be left open in your screen. You should not press hard enough that you cut through the paper backing, only enough to cut the yellow vinyl, which doesn't take very much pressure. As you get each piece, remove them and set them to the side. Now I need to be able to transfer my stencil without any of the little pieces getting out of place. So you have a piece of clear contact paper. Peel back part of the paper backing on the contact paper, carefully line it up with the vinyl, and slowly and smoothly adhere it to the front yellow side of your vinyl. Smooth it down to get rid of air bubbles. You will be able to use this contact paper to keep everything together when you peel off the paper backing. Now we're going to be able to use this contact paper to transfer the stencil to the underside of your screen printing screen. So notice the screen is attached at the top with a hinge. Pull the pins out. Do not lose the pins. Those are very important. We want to apply this to the bottom side that is flat, that doesn't have the raised border around it. You need to carefully remove the paper backing off of the yellow vinyl, keeping the vinyl attached to the contact paper. Sometimes it's a little bit tricky to start, but once you got it, it should separate pretty good. Don't touch the backing of the yellow vinyl too much or you'll kill the sticky, and it's pretty important that it stays sticky. If some pieces don't peel up very well, just get in there and touch them with your finger, give them a little nudge to make sure that they come off and stay stuck to the contact paper. And now you can see, just carefully line up your vinyl on the bottom, kind of centered on the screen there. And you want to make sure that the yellow vinyl sticks really well. But you do not want to punch through the screen. So I'm gently rubbing with my hand as well as using my squeegee tool to stick it down before I peel the contact paper off. Once again, when you peel the contact paper, if little pieces try to come up with the contact paper, then get in there with your finger and make sure they stay stuck down. So I'm going back with the squeegee to make sure this is stuck really well, because you don't want any air bubbles. When we flip to the top side, you can see that my reverse design is now no longer reversed. Now we're going to use our contact paper to sort of make a staging area for the ink. So I'm going to make sure it overlaps my yellow stencil, but I'm going to stick it to the indented side of the screen, the top side of the screen, just above where my vinyl is. And I'm going to use masking tape to close off the rest of the screen around my stencil, but not all the way to the top. So I don't need that much margin for error. The contact paper should be plenty. So I'm just going to get the rest of the borders to make sure that no ink goes through there where it's not supposed to. So make sure that this overlaps everything really well.